Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an Outlaw Trails role-playing game story. I'm calling this one The Liar's War. Before I get into this though, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including the tabletop role-playing game, Outlaw Trails. I designed this game. I made it as simple as I possibly could so that even people just getting into tabletop role-playing can get this book, read it, and just within a couple hours be able to run the game. It's based on the Old West. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's based in the Old West. There's no monsters, there's no magic. I've tried to make it as realistic as possible so that new players can have a firm grasp of it. If you enjoy a good Western, this is the type of tabletop role-playing game for you, because that's what it is. It's role-playing in the Old West. You get to go on cattle drives, you chase down bank robbers, other outlaws. You can become an outlaw. Whatever you want to do in this game is good. It's extremely fun. As I said, it's simple to learn, easy to play. The combat system, I tried to make it as simple as possible so you stay in the moment. You're not doing convoluted mathematics to figure out if you hit or missed and how much damage they take and blah, 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 blah. I streamlined it to be as simple as possible. So this is and if you're a veteran of tabletop role playing, you can take this game and you can use it as a side game or something from your main campaign and just have fun. Hours of fun for you and your family, because it's family friendly. Hours of fun for decades. I have played this game for decades and it's awesome. I just now got it published, so I've got a lot of videos of it on my channel. Go check those out. I hope you get it and I hope you enjoy it. All right. The Liar's War. Here we go. Years ago, I was running a game with my friends Earl, Kevin, Larry, and David. We'd been playing off and on for several months, and the group had the idea of becoming hired guns. I'd had them involved in a range war in Arizona, but they ran out of bad guys to fight, and they basically they got bored and headed to New Mexico. They reached Silver City and met a man in a saloon who mentioned that a local mine owner was having trouble with claim jumpers and squatters. He was looking to hire men to drive them off, which is perfectly valid. The group rode out to the mine the next morning. The mine owner, his name was Stratton, told them that he would pay $100 a week plus a bonus of $25 per claim jumper or squatter that they ran off or killed. He showed them a map and explained that anyone farming, ranching, or mining in this particular specified area was fair game because he owned all that land. They agreed, and he showed them the deed and everything. They agreed and set off to solve the man's problem. The first place they came to was a dugout. The inhabitants were mining silver, and they didn't put up much of a fight. There were two of them. They were older men, and they just packed up and left. The second place was a corn farmer. He had a decent crop going and didn't want to leave. There was gunplay and he was captured. He explained that he had been there for more than 10 years and Stratton was a latecomer with a government deed to the land, which he paid a crony to write up. The players took him to town and got him off the property. The third place was another miner, a father and daughter. This time they rode up and asked questions first. The old man gave them same story as the farmer did. And they were starting to get a little suspicious at this point. So they rode back to town and headed to the land office. The land agent told them Stratton's side and everything seemed legit. Then they went to the local sheriff who parroted Stratton. They were not convinced, so they went to the telegraph office and sent a wire to Santa Fe. The telegrapher seemed quiet and they knew he was trying really hard not to tell them something. Larry slipped him a $5 bill, and he told basically the same story the farmer and the miner had. When the telegraph reply came, they found out that the man who had written out the deeds for Stratton was under investigation for taking bribes, and Stratton himself had a reputation for shady business. The group rode back to Stratton and quit immediately. Stratton was very, very angry. The group headed back into town, and Stratton hired a bunch of gunmen. The gunmen caught them at the saloon. Long story short, the group faced off against these 10 gunmen and the sheriff, because the sheriff was bought and paid for. Kevin and Larry were never ones to screw around, so they opened up with their scatterguns, dropping 3 of them. Earl and David jumped over the bar and used their pistols, dropping another 2. The gunmen drew and started shooting. They hit David, but the rest were able to avoid the gunfire. David was hurt bad, but he was alive. Kevin and Larry huddled behind a table and reloaded their scatterguns, and then they dropped another 4 of them. Earl killed the last one, and the sheriff ran. They got David to the doctor and then headed back to the mine. They captured Stratton. The sheriff had fled the town, so Earl took over as sheriff until the federal marshal could come and get Stratton. By then, David was up and around, and the group had enough of that, so they rode out. They didn't want to be tied down. They actually liked being the hired guns. They just didn't like being lied to. And who can blame them, right? If you're going to war, you want to make sure you're on the right side. It's that simple. And if you're driving people off of legally owned land, that's cool. You know, everybody has a right to defend their property. But when you're claiming the land illegally, yeah, it's a bit dicey. So yeah, I always liked playing with those guys because they were smart and they had a good moral center. You know what I mean? It wasn't hard to convince them to be the good guys, no matter what they were doing. At any rate, if you enjoy this, check out my channel. I've got a whole bunch more. And if you enjoy the Old West and Westerns, movies and books, Outlaw Trails, there you go. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.